The statistics cited by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children itself show that the number of children abducted and killed by strangers holds pretty steady over the years, about 1 in 1.5 million. Put another way, the chances of any one American child being kidnapped and killed by a stranger are almost infinitesimally small, 0.00007%. That's 4 zeros after the decimal point. That's a lot. Put yet another, even better way by British author Warwick Cairns, who wrote the book How to Live Dangerously. If you actually wanted your child to be kidnapped and held overnight by a stranger, how long would you have to keep her outside unattended for this to be statistically likely to happen? So, my friends listening right now to me, think for a moment about the conversion of the statistic 1 in 1.5 million and the statistic 0.0007%. Did I do that? Did I do enough zeros? 0.00007%. Yes. Think about converting that to how long would you have to leave your kid in the driveway? Take a guess. How long do you think you'd have to leave your child in the driveway for that child to be kidnapped by a stranger? Which is, of course, our huge fear, right? That there's all these strangers everywhere lurking that are going to take our children. Anyway, just think about that, and then, give it a little guess. I can tell you that my guess, which I thought was a pretty robust guess, was 250 years when I first read this book. And so now I will tell you the statistic. You're not going to believe this. Unless you've read the book, of course, then you might believe it. Anyway, if you actually wanted your child to be kidnapped and held overnight by a stranger, you would have to keep her unattended outside for 750,000 years for this to be statistically likely to happen. In other words, you can leave your kid outside for a really, really long time. And as I say, 750,000 years. I mean, that's almost impossible to conceive of. Like, humans weren't even speaking to each other 750,000 years ago. We didn't have language yet.